woman said, "Dakota won't stand a chance against me."
The more confident I get in my striking, the more confident I get in my ability to take things to the ground. Of course, I want to put her where I'm the strongest and show what's up, because I think that grappling and jiu-jitsu is the best martial art.
Possibly, yeah, for sure. I have to take that into consideration. You know, she's going to be hungry to come back. She almost was out the tournament. You know, she's still made it, 4th seed. So she's going to be hungry, you know, to make that final. She's not going to want to make the same mistake. And I think obviously she's had a few things to say about me before in the tournament, like who I've been matched against and things like that. So I'm sure she'll be happy to be facing me, and she'll be coming to try and.
But what she didn't know was what Dakota is capable of: the speed, the power, the precision. In the ring, confidence means nothing without skill. And Dakota was about to show her exactly why underestimating her was a big mistake.
Down, getting up is going to be unbelievable.
And there it is. Beautiful knee from the palm.
Immediately on the attack.
Bishop in trouble.
And that does it. First round finish.
You are watching Boxing Planet, and in this video, we'll talk about the intense showdown between Dakota Ditcheva and Jenna Bishop. Before the match, Jenna Bishop was extremely confident, boldly claiming in interviews that she would defeat Dakota with ease. She dismissed Dakota's skills, saying she wouldn't stand a chance. Dakota, on the other hand, remained calm and composed, showing little emotion in the lead-up. But what happened in that ring shocked everyone and silenced all of Jenna's talk. The fight took place in Nashville, Tennessee, on August 2nd, 2024, as part of the PFL Women's Flyweight Semifinals. As the opening bell rang, both fighters moved toward the center of the cage. Dakota began establishing her striking range immediately, using her long jab and crisp footwork to stay on the outside. Bishop stayed composed, looking for an opening to shoot in and bring the fight into her world, the grappling world. About a minute into the round, Bishop saw her chance. She slipped under one of Dakota's punches and drove in for a takedown. With solid technique and timing, she managed to get Dakota to the ground, and for a brief moment, the momentum looked to be swinging in her favor. But Dakota Ditcheva wasn't interested in staying on the mat for long. With impressive composure and athleticism, she quickly scrambled back to her feet before Bishop could settle into a dominant position. As soon as she was upright, Dakota reset, and it was clear she had learned from that moment. She started pressuring Bishop with sharper combinations and more aggressive movement, refusing to let her opponent get close enough to repeat the takedown. Then came the turning point. Dakota timed Bishop's forward movement perfectly and launched a devastating knee straight up the middle. It landed cleanly, crashing into Bishop's body and immediately sending her to the canvas. The crowd erupted as Bishop crumbled to the mat, clearly hurt. Dakota didn't hesitate. She swarmed in with pinpoint ground and pound, unleashing a series of strikes as Bishop tried to cover up. The referee hovered nearby, watching closely as the damage mounted. Despite Bishop's efforts to defend, the shots were too clean and coming too fast. After several unanswered punches, the referee had seen enough and stepped in to stop the fight at 3 minutes and 54 seconds of the very first round. It was a statement win for Dakota Ditcheva, another dominant performance that kept her undefeated record intact and solidified her reputation as one of the most dangerous rising stars in MMA. As the crowd cheered and Dakota had her hand raised, her expression showed a mix of intensity and satisfaction. She had passed another test, this time against a proven ground specialist, and she did it in decisive fashion. Her ability to get back up after the takedown, stay calm under pressure, and finish the fight with such precision proved just how complete of a fighter she has become. With this win, Dakota punched her ticket to the PFL Women's Flyweight Final, where she would go on to face former UFC title contender Taila Santos. It was the matchup fans were hoping for, two elite fighters with real knockout power and championship potential. But on this night, the spotlight belonged entirely to Dakota Ditcheva. In less than 4 minutes, she turned what was expected to be a competitive semifinal into another dominant chapter in her undefeated run.
Click below to subscribe and watch more MMA content.
Now, let's take a look at some of Dakota Ditcheva's other thrilling fights. Dakota Ditcheva versus Malin Hermansson. Two powerful fighters with different styles, clashing in a moment that had fans across the world on edge. Stay tuned for all the explosive details. The clash between Dakota Ditcheva and Malin Hermansson was one of the most intense and anticipated fights in women's MMA. Both fighters came into the bout with solid reputations, Dakota with her undefeated streak and striking background, and Malin known for her toughness and relentless spirit. From the moment the fight began, Dakota Ditcheva came out sharp and focused. Known for her elite striking and Muay Thai pedigree, most fans expected her to keep the fight standing. But what surprised many was her decision to take the fight to the ground, and how flawlessly she executed it. Hermansson tried to keep the pace and show her toughness early on, but Dakota's pressure was overwhelming. She landed clean strikes on the feet, keeping Malin guessing and unable to find her rhythm. But rather than going for a classic TKO as she had done in previous fights, Dakota displayed a new dimension of her game, her grappling. At around the 3-minute mark of the first round, Dakota initiated a clinch and swiftly transitioned the fight to the ground. Once there, she advanced position smoothly, demonstrating control and patience. Within seconds, she secured Hermansson's back and locked in a deep rear naked choke. Despite Malin's effort to resist, the choke was tight and technically perfect. At 3:52 of round 1, Malin Hermansson was forced to tap. The crowd erupted as Dakota stood up, victorious yet calm, showing the poise of a veteran. The submission was a statement. Not only could she strike with the best, but she could also finish fights on the ground. It was her first professional win by submission, and it added a new layer to her growing reputation as a complete mixed martial artist. This fight was important in more ways than one. It proved that Dakota Ditcheva is not a one-dimensional fighter. Up until that point, most of her wins had come via striking, highlight reel knockouts that earned her fame and fear in equal measure. But now, she had shown the MMA world that she's just as dangerous on the mat. That evolution is what separates good fighters from future champions. For Malin Hermansson, it was a tough outing, but she displayed grit by stepping into the cage with such a dangerous opponent. She entered the fight with confidence and preparation, but Dakota's speed, skill, and adaptability proved to be too much. In just under 4 minutes, Dakota Ditcheva delivered a performance that shocked even her longtime fans. It wasn't just about winning, it was about how she won. With this win, Dakota moved one step closer to the top of the women's division, and the world took notice. Thanks for watching this breakdown of Dakota Ditcheva's impressive win over Jenna Bishop. That fight showed just how powerful and skilled Dakota is, especially with her ability to stay composed and finish strong. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more deep dives into amazing MMA fights and fighters, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Stay tuned for more exciting fight analyses and highlights coming your way soon. Thanks again for watching, and see you in the next video.
What am I going to do in the next 16 years? What's the best thing I can do? Get ready to meet God.